Oh, all right. Welcome to another Wacky Wild Wake 'em Up Wednesday. Getting us started with some slap bass this evening. All right. Whew. All right. All right. How's everybody doing tonight? All right. All right. So tonight, I thought we'd do something different. We're going to go for a retro vibe tonight. Going to go for some old school vibes here. So I thought tonight I would spend less time breaking down the fake news and more time talking to you guys. Because last week I looked at the live stream, realized I just talked about the fake news, and I didn't talk to you guys that much. And you know what? Tonight It's going to be all about you guys. Tonight is subscriber appreciation stream night. I'm going to spend the night talking to you guys, and we're going to do open topic. And I got a few little things I can throw in there regarding the current scripted news. But you know what? The current scripted news is boring. So damn boring. I had trouble figuring out what I was going to talk about. So I thought, you know what? Let's go ahead and just open it up tonight. Talk to you guys. And got a lot of awesome people here, a lot of awesome support. So I have a lot to appreciate. You guys are an awesome audience. And so, beings, tonight, I titled the stream subscriber appreciation stream. That means it's totally not going to get pushed by the algorithm. And I didn't have a clickbait thumbnail. So that means tonight's going to be a smaller crowd like the old days. And we're just going to talk and chill like the old days. Got the hat going like the old days, right? So tonight's going to be like retro night here. All right. And we got a long time subscriber and supporter here with the very first super chat of the night. It says, congratulations on 10 years. Thanks for all the truth and entertainment. Also the original music to the #1 truther source right here on YouTube. Thank you, Davey D. You are awesome, brother. I appreciate that. Couldn't think of a better way to get things started here. And Davey D coming in with back-to-back super chat says, seriously, buddy, you are one of few people that was talking about flat earth topic all those years back. That resonated most for me. So I thought about doing that tonight, doing like a current state of flat earth 2026, but there really ain't shit going on. So I'd be pointing at a bunch of channels that aren't really doing much anymore. And it'd be a topic that's, it's essentially dead, it seems. And so the interest just really isn't there for flat earth content very much. You know, maybe a few thousand people might be into that sort of thing, sadly. So it's a sad state of affairs as far as the flat earth topic is concerned, you know. Until one of us is able to go travel freely and really figure out what this place looks like. We're all basically a bunch of barnyard animals who've seen all the same damn flat earth videos over and over again. So nothing new yet has come out in the last several years that's like groundbreaking flat earth. So sadly, that topic isn't hot like it used to be. So I thought about doing part of the stream tonight where I can show you like all the big flat earth channels from a long time ago. Like there ain't much going on right now. And a lot of them channels are either done, they stopped making content, they're dead, in prison. So if you look at the big time flat earth content creators and look at where they are now, it's kind of a crazy story, each one. So, but instead, I thought tonight we'll talk about whatever you guys want to talk about. We'll save that one for another night, unless that's what you guys want to talk about. Big Money Bob gifting 5 Jake the Awake memberships. Awesome. Thank you, Big Money Bob. I appreciate that. Hell yeah, Big Money Bob always hooking up the memberships. And I posted a new members only video, a new parody where I make fun of Fittest Flat Earther in a new way. So go check that out. If all you members, if you're looking for that exclusive members only content, I got you covered. Go check out the latest Fittest Flat Earther parody. All right, Insane in the Brain says, give Ralph a bone. Oh, he's down here laying down right now. But I can have him make a quick appearance, real quick. Ralph, got to make your appearance for the night, buddy. Ooh, here he is. There's Big Ralph. There's Big Ralph right there. All right. making his appearance for the night. He's a big boy now. It's like 1.5 years old now. Yeah, you big boy. But you're still a puppy, huh? All right, here you go, boy. There you go. You go lay down. All right, thank you, Insane in the Brain. I'll hook Ralph up with a bone in a little bit. I gotta cook a big roast, and I usually let him gnaw on the bone and get all the meat off. All right, got trout fishing at Hood Park. Says nice bass playing. Thanks for 10 years of truth. The orange lava lamp looks like it's working. No, it really isn't. It's like it's not getting enough heat. So it looks cool, but it's not actually bubbling. It's stuck. So it's like I've got it when I put like a blanket over it or a towel so that it gets more hot. I've got it to like all go to one big blob. The problem is it'll just bloop one little blob that slowly goes up and slowly goes down. So essentially it's a boring lava lamp. So yeah, it looks cool, but if you really pay attention, it's not moving or bubbling. So yeah, I might be getting rid of it. This might be its last time on screen because it doesn't bubble the way it's supposed to. So I don't think it's getting hot enough. So yeah, I don't know. That might be why it was free sitting on the sidewalk. And I think that's where it might return to. Return it to the sidewalk, back to its home. Thank you, trout fishing at Hood Park. I wish it was working, but yeah, when I finally got it to melt, it was just like this blob that was so slow and boring. So somehow I need to make it get hotter, and I'm not a lava lamp expert. All right. Lint Away Duct Cleaning says, congrats on 10 years. You deserve your silver play button. Oh, what does it matter? You know what I'm saying? It's like whether you have the play button or not, you got to keep churning up more content, right? More, right? So once one video ends, you got to plan for the next. Once one stream ends, you got to knock out the next one. It just never ends, right? So play button or not, I'm still here knocking out the streams and uploading content, right? Even during tough times when the news cycles are boring and everybody's broke and upset about everything. Nobody wants to sit and watch YouTube anymore. You know, I'm still here, still cranking out the content for you guys after 10 years. A real YouTube OG. And thank you, Lint Away Air Duct Cleaning, for all the support, brother. All right. Dcran4D says, congratulations on your 10 years of truth. Here's to 10 more years of shill busting. Oh, thank you very much, brother. You're awesome, Dcran. Brian on Time says, when flat earth is brought up, you're like the OG on the subject. Well, there are channels that predate me, but I would argue that all of them guys are shills. Right? So I for sure am the real dude that showed up with my phone making content about the earth not being a globe and NASA faking space missions. And they weren't prepared for me. So they tried to just like adopt me into their flat earth rollout as a useful idiot, right? So then when I stopped going along with their circling sun, circling moon over the AE map shit that all them guys were pushing, that's when the trouble started happening. and I got like blackballed from the flat earth cult community, so to speak, back in like 2017, late 2017. So by early 2018, I was disgusted by the way that I was treated by all these flat earthers who had my back and then turned on me. And then all these years later, Jaron has flip-flopped and become a glober, and it's clear Mark Sargent is a total shill, and Dave Weiss is a shill, Eric Dubé's a shill. Now, after all these years, you can see I've been vindicated. So a long time ago, I had to point out all these different flat earth content creators were shills, and it was uncomfortable for a lot of people. I caught a lot of flack. But then, after many, many years, they all showed their true colors, that they were indeed shills, and you have to be an idiot to not notice. So the good thing is I'm the last real flat earther standing that has a decent sized YouTube following still, and will still, or can still, talk about the subject, right? So there's that, right? There's not many channels out there that'll even talk about it anymore. So, you know, if you talk to me about the flat earth subject, or if I'm talking about it, that you're going to get the real deal, right? From a guy that's been talking about it for 10 years. Had to go back and correct some of my own mistakes that I made along the way. I made plenty of them. All right. Thank you, Brian, on time. All right. Camellia Sweden says, watching from Greece, do you practice meditation? You know, I do not. Perhaps I should try. I do a lot of thinking. You know, I'm kind of a loner, and more so over the last few years, hanging out in this office and always trying to come up with content. You know, friends move on and have wives and lives and families, and family gets older and dies, you know. So I become more of a loner. So I do a lot of thinking alone. But as far as like what you might call meditation, I don't know. Like, do I sit and like, you know, do a certain thing to meditate? No, I don't. Maybe it would help. Maybe it would help from me getting pissed off all the time, from all the stupid shit that I see. All right. So I think I've got through all of the super chats so far, and I appreciate all the super chats tonight, you guys. My eyes are getting shittier. The older I get, the smaller and shittier these words get, harder to read. Gotta love it. Won't be long before you see me like having to wear glasses up here like a grandpa, right? Suzette Ann says the link I sent above is about a man who built a mini home for his pets. You know, I'm noticing a bunch of people doing the homesteads and the off-grid homes and whatnot. And some people look like they're well prepared and they know what they're doing. And then a bunch of other people don't look like they know what they're doing so much, and they're running into trouble. So it'll be interesting over the next 5-10 years to see like how many of them bail. So like van life got super trendy and popular. And then after 4 or 5 years, a lot of like van lifers quit and go back to like renting a room or buying a property, right? So I'm wondering with the homestead thing, since it's like really hot and trendy, and there's a shitload of channels like making content every day about their little homestead and their off-grid communities. I'm wondering if that's going to end up like becoming like too popular, oversaturated, and then like it'll it'll be harder than a lot of people think. And so I'm thinking a lot of these homesteaders doing it for YouTube clout and clicks, or maybe over the 4 or 5 years over the long haul, they'll find out it's like not worth all the work, not worth all the trouble. So we might see this trend come and go. So there's a lot of channels that were hardcore van lifers, and then after 4 or 5 years of making videos, they're like, oh yeah, I don't want to live in my van anymore. I don't like living on the road. So we might see that same sort of thing happen with this living out in the middle of nowhere out of a Home Depot shed. And I've thought about it. I'm like, should I buy land out in the middle of nowhere and get a Home Depot shed and use Starlink to do my streams? And I'm like, dude, you could run into so many different other problems doing that the upside of like not paying rent out there might not be worth it. So there's ups and downs to all of it, you know. So we'll see how it works out, because I'm noticing, you know, like my feed has like 100 different homestead channels now. Everything from like Home Depot shed out in the middle of the desert to like West Virginia Appalachian cabin that some guy built himself and has solar panels and all that shit. So yeah, they make it very enticing, especially here on YouTube. All right. Trying to catch up with what you guys are talking about. Kat says, I'm still doing van life in my 6th year. I did it for 1 year out of a big Ford white van. And it's got its ups and downs for sure. You know, like waking up near the beach and the good times, you know, those were awesome. But then there were the knocks, just because I had a big white Ford van that looked like a stalker van. I had that van that people would call the police because it was an old white van. And if they saw it parked outside their house or whatever, they'd freak out. So I got the knock just because I had a old ass white van, and it creeped people out enough to call the cops on me. So I noticed that since I've got a minivan that doesn't have that stalker vibe or whatever, it doesn't have that killer van look. I noticed I haven't got the knock like at all. So ever since I got a Toyota Sienna minivan and I black out the windows, I don't get the knock. So, but now I just use my van for traveling. So I like taking trips in the van, but I'm not huge on living out of it. It becomes a pain in the ass real quick. So yeah, taking like a week-long trip or a weekend trip, having the van to avoid hotel costs. I love it. So I love the road tripping part and the saving the costs on the hotel, having my bed in the back of the van and discreetly, stealthily camping and saving money like that. You know what I mean? And having all my gadgets and stuff there in the back of the van, you know, my fan and battery and all that stuff. So that's the fun part. But trying to live out of it every single day, that's when it becomes a pain in the ass. And it costs a lot of money to travel around in the van. Burns up a shitload of gas. Doxological Thinker says, I heard theory today that sometimes crisis actors are regular people that have been hypnotized. What are your thoughts? I think 99% are fake, but hypnosis is a possibility they might experiment with. um well, you could argue that like the television is a weapon that brainwashed a bunch of people, especially like boomers, right? And then shit, my generation, I remember watching TV almost every single night. It was always on. So before the internet became super popular, and before everyone was on their phone, people were watching TV. So I would argue that between the TV and all the propaganda, that people have been brainwashed. I think that's a better word, brainwashed, rather than like hypnotized. Because hypnotized to me, it makes you think of oh, you are getting very sleepy, and when I snap my fingers, you're gonna act like a chicken. You're gonna act like a chicken, right? So I have a friend that does the hypnosis shows, and he's got people to get up and act like, a moron on stage. You know what I mean? Like literally pretend like they have no clothes on and stuff like that. And then they'll be like, oh, I was hypnotized. But really, he goes through the audience and he finds people in the audience who he can tell who are total morons, who want to go up on stage and humiliate themselves. And he purposely picks those people, invents them live, and then he gets them to pretend to be hypnotized on the spot and make a moron of themselves. So I've seen a professional hypnotist actually take real people from the stands that aren't in on the act and get them to make a moron of themselves. Then the person comes off stage like, I was hypnotized. Now that they willingly went along with the act because they were prompted and everyone was staring at them, and they knew they would gain the approval of the audience if they went along with the suggestion of the hypnosis instructor on stage, right? Telling them to act like a chicken or act like they're naked. So, beings that I know what a professional hypnosis magician is capable of, just with like tricking morons who like willingly want to be duped and want to be part of the act. I don't really call it hypnotism. It's just more of like they're brainwashed and they just don't know any better, right? Because somebody who doesn't want to go along with that shit, it won't work. All right. What are your thoughts if you think 99% are fake hypnosis is actually a possibility they might experiment with? I've never tried to let someone hypnotize me. So I've never like sat and like tried to let a professional hypnotize me. But I have watched the act of a professional mentalist do his hypnosis act on a crowd. So I can see the psychology of how they got the audience members to go along with what they wanted them to do, right? And they could dismiss any member from the act at any point and have them go sit back down if they weren't going to go along with the act. All right. Thank you, Doxological Thinker, for the super chat. Final Grace with a super chat said, Flat Earth PSYOP is dead. Now it's Soul Trap NDS. So I've noticed there's a rise in people talking about how this place is a hell realm. And since things have gotten a lot shittier for a lot more people over the last decade or so, there's a lot more people making negative content. So I noticed there's like a trend where content in general on this platform has become soul sucking. Like everything's becoming more negative. Like these negative videos will generate more clicks, and like negativity is more popular right now than positivity. So I'm noticing, for instance, like Tony Hinchcliffe is trending for having like the shittiest comedy performance, right? And so right now, instead of like a comedian trending for having a good comedy performance and doing something positive and making a bunch of people laugh, now a comedian will bomb what seems like on purpose and then get clipped up, and everyone's like, oh, Tony Hinchcliffe bombed. It was the worst comedy performance ever. So now it's like you can get more fame by being by attracting negativity and getting views from creating negativity on purpose rather than doing something positive. So where I'm going with the soul trap part, it's like it seems like now, I don't know, at least for me anyway, I have a harder time trying to find something like positive in my feed on YouTube. So when I'm searching for something to watch, right, myself for my own entertainment, I'm noticing more and more stuff is now negative. And it, even just the title, if I just read a title like groceries are so expensive, people can't afford to eat. It's like my soul's like, yeah, I know, fucking expensive. And then I start participating in it just because I read the title, right? So yeah, man, I'm noticing that YouTube from 10 years ago when I got started, and then YouTube now is a whole different landscape, and the content that's getting pushed to the tippy top now, it seems to be all about negativity. Like that's how interest is generated now, is by getting people outraged and triggered, which you might argue is a soul trap in and of itself. And so what is this place? Is this place like a hell realm? Is this place like full of nothing but dark demons? And is the negativity inescapable? Is that what's going on? Everything's just going to perpetually get worse. Life's just going to perpetually get shittier. Is that what's going to go on? We got to try and ignore this shit and stay positive. I think I read that one. All right. Chad Hurry says, Roseanne on some Bible vape juice, ranting about Jake the Awake. Well, you know, ever since I've been watching Jake the Awake, you know, he's sort of maybe kind of been changing my mind, but you won't see me talking about any of that shit on my podcast, you know, because I'm like part of that tribe that you're not supposed to talk about, you know. Becky, get down here. I want Darlene to watch Jake the Awake so that, like, you know, he can like tone down her fucking commie ass, you know. She literally voted for Kamala. Darlene, get down here. DJ. There you go. All right. By request to Chad Hurry, a little Roseanne on some Bible vape juice. And of course, it's the finest, most organic Bible vape juice. You won't find it anywhere else. And I highly recommend that you stay away from any imitations. Now, you might see people in the comments pretending to be me, trying to sell you a much cheaper knockoff version of my organic Bible vape juice. Do not be deceived, all right? You have to use my link from my channel. That's the only way you're going to get the real deal. At any rate, like, share, subscribe, but don't. I'm out. There you go. A little extra Richie from Boston for you on top of it. New Tartarians says, all I can say is thank you to Jake. I'll never forget the was up of summer 2024. I think it electrocuted the last maggot of normies still crawling under my skin. big thanks to folks here also. The was up of summer 2024, right? So it's like if you have a favorite band and you've went to watch them live several times, you'll have like a favorite performance. So if you have a favorite band and you saw them back in like 1996, and you have this memory of your favorite concert, right? You know, and it's like this guy's like, oh man, I'll never forget that was up you did in the summer of 24, man. Man, that year Jake did that was up in the summer of 24, man. It's unforgettable. It changed my life. It electrocuted the last maggot of normie still crawling underneath my skin, and it changed me forever. All right. I'm glad to know that my was-ups have that power. In fact, since we're here talking about it right now, I'm feeling maybe a bit inspired to do a little was-up of my own. First, I need to turn on the air conditioner because I know I'm about to expend some calories. All right. So for you here right now, new Tartarians, I'm going to hook you up with a was-up of your very own, right? I don't know if it'll be as good as the summer of 2024, but I'm going to try and make it extra special for you right here, right now. Who was it? Up. I knew that damn big lava lamp was an accident waiting to happen. Uh-oh. Now it's all shook up. It's all shook up. Woo-hoo. Hoo. Hey, hey. Oh, shit. All right. That one's all shook up. Oh, we're all shook up. All right. Now, I know not every was up is going to be the best, but clearly that one was. So there you go. That was up should be about equal or better to the one you saw in the summer of 2024. All right. D-Cran says, Jake, we need more cowbell with the was up. Oh, well, I already finished the was up. Cowbell. Where the hell did I put the cowbell? All my friends is a low rider. Low rider is a little higher. Yeah. There you go. All right. Just for you, D-Cran. Little cowbell. Doxological Thinker says, bro, you burn so many calories. I think that lava lamp is working again. No, I messed up both of them now. See, now the red one, all the blobs just mixed the whole thing red. And then the other one, all the little pieces settled to the bottom and then some to the top. So, yeah, they're pretty much ruined for the rest of the stream, but that's okay. I think it was worth it, you know, for the sake of comedy, that I take out the lava lamps for the first time ever while doing a was up. I mean, really, it's the first time that's ever happened. So therefore it's a memorable occasion. Some people might think I planned it. No, I didn't. But in the back of my head, I knew I was eventually going to knock that big one over. Camilla Sweden says, there are levels to awake extrovert / introvert. There's lots of levels to awake, and there's so much different information and knowledge to gain out there. And this place has so many different diverse personalities that it puts here in this place, this realm we call Earth, you know. And I'm glad I'm able to get some diverse and awake individuals here to my stream to discuss matters that other channels are too afraid to discuss, right? Or not intellectually advanced enough to discuss. So thank you, Camellia Sweden, for your donation. And we got Chad Hurry coming in with a super sticker. All right. Whew. All right. All right. You know what? To mix things up, we'll show a quick video. So tonight, I want to get some retro vibes going tonight. So I thought that we would take a look back at some retro stories from years ago. And then we can look at the news now and see that, like, wow, it's amazing that we're at this point right now. And someone like, you know, Elon Musk, for instance, you know, he's associated with this SpaceX stock. Meanwhile, you know, you go back 7-8 years ago, he supposedly launched a Tesla Roadster to outer space, and everybody just went along with it. And I remember seeing it at the time and thinking, man, nobody's going to believe this. Everyone's going to wake up. So, like, I don't know, 8 years ago, when Elon Musk launched his car to outer space. I thought in my heart that like this is the moment people are going to wake up and realize that space is fake. And then all these years later, nope, they still haven't realized it. There we go. Check it out. Little retro action for you here.
Elon Musk pulls off an engineering feat. He sent his own kind of rocket man on board a Tesla Roadster into orbit. Elon Musk has outdone himself this time.
But this is much more than a publicity stunt involving just a car in space. Let's start with the science. This afternoon, SpaceX launched the world's most powerful rocket, and it's a major milestone for the company. And this is a live look at what's happening right now in space. That's Elon Musk's own Tesla convertible in orbit. The drive.
Remember, guys? Yeah. So everyone's talking about SpaceX stock and Elon Musk being a trillionaire, blah, blah, blah. Meanwhile, 8 years ago, February 2018, everybody just bought this, right? And when I first saw this, I thought, oh my gosh, there's no way anyone could be this dumb. There's no way people are going to actually believe this is like a real car in space. But they did. And not only that, a lot of people have forgot about it by now. So I would argue that a lot of people who fell for this probably don't even remember it at all. And they're talking about buying stock in Elon Musk's SpaceX, which obviously is a fake space organization tied back to NASA, tied back to the government. So all the signs were there 8 years ago, but still it didn't wake up the sheeple, right? And you never see anyone talking about this anymore. So every once in a while, I think it's good to go back and remind everyone how stupid people can be and how brainwashed people can get.
Driver is a mannequin he's calling Starman. But CBS reporter Manuel Borroquez shows us what came down is also making news.
27 rocket engines fired at once, sending the Falcon Heavy into space and the SpaceX crew into applause.
Well, if you could hear all that cheering, it was an outstanding test flight of the Falcon Heavy.
The mega rocket combines the power of 3 SpaceX rockets into one, generating over 5 million pounds of thrust.
Reasons. It's something that I think inspires the public, and you could actually send people back to the moon with the Falcon Heavy.
All right, see, so you go back and you see this Tesla in space, Elon Musk involved directly in duping the public, and of course, this is where we got the phrase, you can tell it's real because it looks so fake, right? You can tell it's real because it looks so fake. And now Elon Musk is in the news that he's going to be a trillionaire with the SpaceX stock. And SpaceX has done plenty of launches with NASA. You can look up SpaceX, NASA, and they're linked together. And of course, NASA is the government. So essentially, SpaceX is the government, and Elon Musk is the figurehead that they put in front of Tesla and in front of SpaceX. So they have essentially a fake boss there to accept your appreciation or your hatred, whichever you prefer. But what they don't want you to talk about is that he's an actor on the world stage and he's not really in charge at Tesla and he's not really in charge at SpaceX. And Tesla is not really going to space. I mean, it was right there in everyone's face. Jimmy Mac 31 with a donation says, glad I tuned in tonight. Fun stuff. What's up? Yes, glad you made it here tonight for the subscriber appreciation screen. We got open topic here tonight. You know, I thought we'd go back and take a look at some retro topics that we've talked about in the past. And then now, if you look in the news now, Elon Musk, you know, they're talking about his stock and how he's worth $1 trillion. So it's like, man, 8 years ago, he rubbed it in everyone's face with that Starman shit that he's faking space missions. And now here he is, and it didn't seem to have tarnished him at all, right? Nobody really talks about it at all. You think that would be up there with fake moon landing and fake International Space Station, right? The Starman shit. But no, it's kind of forgotten about. All right. Decran4D gifted 5 Jake the Awake memberships. Awesome. Thank you, Decran4D. I appreciate that, brother. Jason G says, Elon has a frying pan waiting for him in hell, and he will be in it. Is that what happens in hell? I would argue that we might be in hell right now, right? Right? So, and he doesn't have a frying pan waiting for him here. So who knows what happens in the afterlife? Maybe Elon, you know, he can be... his consciousness can be put into the next body. So maybe he can just like never actually die, right? Just keep passing his consciousness on to the next bag of flesh, right? Who knows? I'm sure these trillionaire, elitist, crooked world stage actor, fallen angel, shapeshifter, moldy rollers have that all figured out by now. The whole concept of afterlife, either way, heaven or hell, is like it'll mess with you, right? Like, because what could possibly be heaven? You know, do we got to look down on people here on earth who are still living, or do we forget about everyone? Do we forget about our friends and family on earth, or do we have to look down and watch over them? It reminds me of that George Carlin bit, like, do the dead people have to look down upon all the people who are living and look over them? Right? I don't know if I want to do that. Do they let you decide whether you want to watch over people who are still living or whether you don't give a fuck? Do you get to make that choice? How does that work? All right. Anyway. Suzette Ann says, the dark mages that run the world know how it works. Yeah, I know. And I don't know none of them guys. None of them guys are my friends. So they don't tell me shit. So I'm stuck here with you guys, trying to figure out how shit works, knowing that everything I was ever told is mostly all bullshit. It's kind of a tough game. This life game. It seems like this life game that like they can turn up the difficulty, right? Like, oh, life isn't difficult enough for these slaves. Let's just go ahead and make everything more expensive. Now we got them freaking out. Now we got them really getting withdrawn and depressed. Let's keep lying to them and making the lies more insane each day and fill their life with so much negativity that everybody's just in a state of negativity and depression all the time. Look, it's working. None of them are fighting back either. Yeah. Camilla Sweden says, hell is not knowing the self. Yeah, but the self can change over time, you know? So you can know who you are, and then things change, circumstances change, and it can change your perspective on who you are and everything, you know? So you might think you know yourself, and then like something changes in your life, and then suddenly things are different, and then you might not feel as confident as you were before, right? And so yeah, people change over time, and you can go through states where you feel lost, right? So yeah, in a way, I can agree that, you know, it might put you in a state of anguish, or you might experience negative feelings through not knowing thyself, which you could consider to be hell. Right? It's a deep thinking going on here. Truth Hurts says, I'm digging this stream tonight vibes, dope people. So because I didn't include a clickbait title or a clickbait thumbnail, we got a smaller crowd tonight. And I knew that when I was making the video. I'm like, okay, the current news cycle's boring. And I kind of feel like just doing a stream where we just hang out, shoot the shit, talk about whatever. And I only have a few little things to talk about. And so I put subscriber appreciation stream, and the algorithm doesn't like that. So I'm noticing that if I cover a topic that's trending, and it's got like a title that like is being covered in the national news and whatnot, we get a bigger crowd, you know. And then if I try and do my own thing and completely ditch all talk of the world stage, then they don't pump me, you know. Go figure. So tonight we got like a smaller, tighter knit crowd, which is fine. It's a subscriber appreciation night. So those who made it here tonight are the ones who get the appreciation. And I appreciate you guys. So all you guys here tonight, thank you guys for hanging out tonight on subscriber appreciation stream night. I'm going to try and read a bunch of chats from you guys tonight. So hook a brother up with a thumbs up if you're having fun here tonight. I would appreciate that. And I got a few little funny video clips I can throw on here and there to keep everyone amused. But tonight I want to focus more on you guys in the chat and what you guys want to talk about. Show you guys I'm still here, still a real dude. And sometimes I get to rambling and ranting about topics, and I don't see what's going on in the chat. And then after the stream, I feel like I'm disconnected from the people in my chat because I spent the whole time talking and not enough time like reading and talking to you guys. So that's why tonight I just wanted to spend the time reading chats tonight and hanging out with you guys. More of like an old school style. And Rose Bell says, so kindly like, share, and subscribe. Rose, thank you for being here tonight. And hello. I went back and watched my last stream, and I was like, oh my gosh, I got to talking about, what was not going to happen in Seattle. And I got to talking about how the biblical beast wasn't going to destroy Seattle. I got carried away about how the world wasn't going to end on 6/11. And I totally didn't say hello to my mods and thank my mods. And I totally didn't chat with my audience in the last stream. So tonight I'm taking the time to thank my mods, all my mods, especially the ones who show up over and over and over again. Thank you guys for being here tonight. Nice to see you tonight, Rose. Glad you are here. And she's telling everyone so kindly like, share, and subscribe. Please, so kindly do. Thank you, Rose. All right. Aaron David Spiegel says, thank you, Jake. Oh, thank you guys. I do have an awesome audience. And so, every once in a while, the news cycles, you guys, they slow down. And so I'm not going to lie, like I was trying to prep for tonight's stream, and the news stories are just so lame right now. So like I was like the whole week looking for stuff to talk about, and I look at what other channels are talking about, and like one of the trending stories is Carmelo Anthony case. And I'm like, seriously, I don't give a shit about some psyop Carmelo Anthony case that's just straight up like race war bait, right? And I know you guys, like, do you guys care about the Carmelo Anthony case? If I was to make a video or talk about that, right, wouldn't that just be boring? So right now, some of the topics that are like trending and I see other people covering, I'm like, man, I have no interest to talk about that. So yeah, I took a look around at what was going on, and it's like in the sports world, NBA's over, NFL's not happening right now, baseball's boring as shit. You know what I mean? So it's like in the sports world, there's the World Cup. I just don't give a shit about soccer. So really, it's like I'm not sure during the summertime, And the same thing happened to me last year during the dog days of summer. Some days there's just like shitty news cycles. I don't even know what to talk about. So I'm like, you know what? Fuck it. We'll just we'll let the audience talk about whatever they want to talk about, and I'll just read your guys' message, and that'll be more fun than talking about some bullshit Carmelo Anthony case, right? I mean, just the fact that the kid's name was Carmelo Anthony, like the basketball player, and then the Knicks won the championship. Come on, y'all. Some scripted ass bullshit. Right? Negan says rage bait for normies, right? So I looked around and I saw some other shills talking about, ooh, I can't believe Carmelo Anthony got this long of a sentence, or he deserves his sentence. But nobody was like, this is fake shit designed to get white people and black people at each other's throats. It's played out shit, just some regurgitated ass George Floyd shit, right? With way less people falling for it. They're trying to make it out like black folks are just ready to lynch us whiteys over this one. Meanwhile, here I am like Mr. Honky ass cracker, and I'm like, yeah, I'm totally not falling for this rage bait. Nope. And if I was to make a video talking about how it's rage bait, I really don't think there'd be that much of an audience who like wants to watch a video about that, So the sad thing is me breaking down how the Carmelo Anthony case is just designed to get division between whites and blacks, essentially, just some classic race bait for the normies. If I was to make a video like that, they wouldn't promote it, and then how many people, in my audience are like, I didn't know that. Holy shit. Some mind-blowing shit, right? So my audience would be like, yeah, we know, right? So sometimes like the stories that they give me are so lame and boring that I don't even want to cover them. And if I was to cover them, you guys would be like, yeah, duh. It's just some rage bait shit. I'm like, yeah, I know. Right? Suzette says, Jake, please play this cute video of the cat subway. Cat subway? What you talking about, girl? Cat subway. Hold on, I'll have to find the link of what you're talking about. Suzette says, thank you, Jake, for lifting the vibe. All right, Suzette, I'll look for your cat video here. Post the link for me again so that I don't have to scroll back too far. And we got Camilla Sweden says, only false ego changes. Self is eternal. That's pretty deep stuff, and I can agree with it. I've been going through a phase as I'm getting older, trying to tone down my ego and my over-the-top personality. You know, I'm getting older, right? But then I notice if I tone it down too much, then I get boring, right? So there's this fine line if you're a online or, you know, entertainer like me. You know, you got to like do something to keep people pleased, keep people entertained and watching, right? So in a way, like, you have to be confident in what you're doing, and even egotistical in a way to be able to properly entertain people. And it can be a trip to have to deal with the ego as you get older. You know, like, oh shit, I'm just gonna get older and older and older. And you know that, like, once you pass your prime, then you're gonna get older and older. Then you got to deal with that ego death in one form or another. And so I've seen a lot of different creative types, entertainer types have to deal with it. Like some of the best singers now in their old age, they can't sing their songs anymore, and it's like sad to watch someone attempt to sing a song they used to be able to sing beautifully, and now they can't pull it off anymore. So that's got to be a bit of like an ego crush, right? So that's like a, for instance, like God, think of like an example of a really strong singer from the 90s, early 2000s, but now their voice like is not what it used to be. So now every time they go back to sing those songs, it's like almost painful, right? It's got to be a bit of an ego crush to not be able to hit those notes like you used to. Anyway. Big Money Bob gifting 5 Jake the Awake memberships. D-Cran gifting 5 Jake the Awake memberships. Thank you, guys. I appreciate that. I'm going to try and upload more members-only content this month as well. I've been slacking on it, so I put up a new members-only video, a new Fittest Flat Earther parody. It might be the best one yet. And I'm going to start doing some other comedic videos. I'm going to start using the members-only as like an experimental comedic video upload. So anything that I think won't do well as a regular video, I can upload like as a comedic experimental idea for the members, you know, test it out on the members. So you guys will get to see some new ideas that I have before I upload it for the rest of everyone else. So I've been looking at breaking down this this video about how heavy metal is a industry plant music, and how Metallica was helped along the way. But I have a feeling that their music is so copyrighted that it's going to be trouble to try and upload a video about it. So I might figure out a way to do it for the members only. So I'm trying to come up with some new ideas for the members to keep things interesting, so that if you have a membership, you get to see some exclusive content. Kreger says, simply hi, Jake. Simply hi, Kreger. I appreciate that, brother. I appreciate all the super chats tonight, questions, requests, statements, super stickers, even the ones that don't say anything at all. I appreciate all the support. You guys are an awesome audience. And I'm having fun hanging out here live with you guys on a Wednesday night. Salsa Sippin says, do your Jaren impression. I need it. You guys, I'm the only real truther. You know, here on YouTube, they don't appreciate real truthers. You guys, I'm the only one who had balls enough to go to Antarctica. And when I saw the sun do a 360 over my head, that's when I knew Earth is a globe. So when I came back, you know, I thought, since I was wrong about that, maybe I'm wrong about the moon landing. So I went back and looked at it. And you guys, if you believe that the moon landing was fake, you are retarded. Straight up. So I'm willing to admit I'm wrong. Earth is a globe. And the moon landing, you guys, it was real. All right. Now, there's some other stuff that NASA does that maybe might be a little questionable. But as far as I'm concerned, the moon landings, yeah, those were real. And yeah, I feel stupid because I was wrong for all those years. So I'm the only real truther, you guys. I'm the only real one who admits it, you guys. There you go. Speaking of Jaren, yeah, he hasn't uploaded anything in months. So he may be done for good. Who knows? A lot of times these shills, they'll disappear for 6 months, a year, and then they'll come back with a bit of a rebrand or new gig, new live stream with some other shill. So it won't shock me if he comes back. But last I checked, he hasn't done anything in several months. All right. Trout fishing at Hood Park, gifting 10 Jake the Awake memberships. Hey, if you get any gifted memberships, you want to thank Trout Fishing at Hood Park, D. Cran, Big Money Bob, hooking up all these gifted memberships tonight. Awesome. Thank you, guys. Glad to see all the support. All right. All right. And then I told Suzette that I would show her cat video. And since she sent a very generous super chat, let me go ahead and make that happen. Gotta grab the link from my chat real quick. All right, give me just a few seconds to pull up Suzette's video. I got to go back and try and get the chat. All right. I have no idea what I'm about to look at. Here, Suzette, I'm having trouble going back and pulling up the link. Can you paste it one more time right now so I can click it? I'm trying to go back and find it, and the watch page is not letting me go back and get it. All right. Thank you, Suzette. I see it. All right. Here we go. Got a cat video coming from Suzette.
Finished making the full Cat Town subway station. The pets can now experience the entire process of riding the subway, just like us humans, including the joys of standing in line at the customer service window. Everyone, Xing here. Last year, we made a subway station for pets, which went viral around the world. So I wanted to fully build out the entire station, including all the real world things you would find in a subway station in China. As Lunar New Year approaches, families in China normally reunite and the streets become decorated for the holiday season. So of course the animals of Cap Town should join in too. Mr. Nice's son is about to go on New Year's break from school, so let's take the subway over and pick him up when classes end. I heard Mr. Nice has been upgrading his house since our last visit, so let's pick him up and check that out. He's added more smart home functions to his house, smart lighting, smart laundry, smart appliances, smart vacuum, smart climate control, and smart home monitoring. Pretty sweet. Yo, Mr. Nice, let's go pick up your kid. It's almost time. When we arrived at the school, we had a quick cat parent, cat teacher, cat student, and human conference to discuss the kid's latest report card. Needs improvement.
All right. I never thought that this is what we were going to be watching at this point in the stream, but I think it is appropriate that I sing the Chinese national anthem, which of course goes like this. Ching chong, ching ching chong, licka licka dick licka ding ding dong. Me Chinese, me play joke, me go pee pee in your coat gong. Ching chong, ching ching chong, licka licka dick licka ding ding dong. Right? Haven't done that one in a while. Chinese national anthem. Dick de haw with bow ra rory, ra 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 ra. 'Tis the season to be jolly, ra 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 ra. All right, that's enough Asian roasting. It's not racist. It's roasting. Asian roasting.
Afterwards, Mr.
Asians roasting on an open fire. All right. Cute cat video. Thank you, Suzette, for the cat video.
Nice took his son back home the other subway, which he found very exciting. Welcome to Captown Station. Please stand clear of the train door. They got off at Cattown Station and went shopping for the New Year's celebrations. First stop is the supermarket. Gotta get some fresh fruit for New Year's. Hey kid, be careful. Don't play with that fruit. Clean up on aisle 3. Thanks again for your support and suggestions down in the comments. We look forward to tackling more in the new year. Last but not least, I want to say Happy New Year and wish you all prosperity in the year of the horse.
All right. There you go. Now the thing is, some people, they look at me saying ching chong licka licka ding dong like a bad thing, but really, we're all just having fun, and I doubt that it really bothers them, right? In fact, I would be amused to hear what a Chinese person does to mock my American English. So yeah, if I was to hear a Chinese person make fun of the way I'm talking, it wouldn't piss me off. In fact, I would be amused. I would like to hear a Chinese person mock me and see what that sounds like. So therefore, it's okay when I say ching chong lick a ding dong, because I want a Chinese guy to make fun of me. See? So that's what makes it okay. Truth Hurt says, I have Korean and Chinese friends. They would laugh. See? That's how you know what I'm talking about's legit. No Asian people are really going to be upset by me saying ching chong lick a ding dong. But people who aren't Asian are going to be like, oh my God, that's so racist. That's so mean. Time out. Stop the hate, okay? Jake, it's 2026. I can't believe you're saying ching chong lick a ding dong. That's so racist to Asians. Seriously, I want to hear other cultures make noises that they think American English sounds like, right? And I've seen examples of it, and I find it amusing. So if I find it amusing, then I have to assume that they also find it amusing, which means everyone finds it amusing, except for fucking assholes. And who cares what they think? That's what I always say. All right. Got Insane in the Brain gifting a Jake the Awake membership. And we got Salsa Sippin says, do Eric Dubé last request. Conspiracy researchers have been vindicated since the release of the Jeffrey Epstein files. And now that conspiracy researchers have truly been vindicated, we can now take a step back and look at what is truly important, and that is the flat earth truth. There is nothing more important than learning that the earth is flat. And that is why, after 3 years of returning to the United States of America, I am going to continue my flat earth journey by moving back to Asia. This is where the Eric Dubé saga shall be continued. There you go. There you go. Little Eric Dubé for that ass. All right, so tonight we're going to do some old school vibes, right? So let me go ahead and take you back in time. Show an old clip. It's a short video. The first time I ever made a Alex Jones parody video, the first time I ever did his voice on video. So we'll go back and take a look. And InfoWars is gone, right? They canceled InfoWars. Alex Jones is still around humiliating himself, right? But not under the banner of InfoWars. So we're going to go back and look at some retro vibes from my first ever Alex Jones parody.
InfoWars, folks. These globalists who rule over us, they actually have no real power. You see, they are members of an occult, and they have interdimensional homosexual sex with each other, ritualistically. And we don't condone that sort of behavior around here. However, we do know that it is true, and we do know that it is going on. We actually have a correspondent checking in on this issue right now. Alex Stein, can you hear me?
Alex Stein, Primetime 99, on the grind, all the time. I'm here with one of my heroes, Alex Jones, and I'm Stein Primetime and on the 9, all the grind dang time with the Stein Prime 9 and the Time 99. And I tried all of Alex Jones' male vitality pills, and let me tell you what, it made my nipples harder than Chinese arithmetic. These damn globalists, let me tell you what, Primetime Time 99 all the time on the grind. And I recently attended an event that had interdimensional homosexual sex going on. I did not participate, but I did watch and observe what was going on because I'm a truther. I'm a truther. Primetime 99 all the time on the grind with the 99 at the time.
Alex, could you show an example of some of this interdimensional ritualistic homosexual sex that was going on with these damn globalists?
This is a primetime Star 99 example of what it looked like to see the interdimensional globalists having homosexual sex, and then they practiced their karate moves. They was like, whoo, ha, 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 wah, wah. And then they did this swan kick like, wah, ha, yeah.
Can you believe that, folks? Not only are these damn globalists having ritualistic homosexual sex behind our backs, but they're also practicing secret karate moves as well as secret swan kicks that they plan on using on us in the future. The future is going to be bleak, folks. If you don't wake up, step up, fight back. Welcome back to InfoWars. Folks, we have a serious problem on our hands. The globalists, they want to enslave humanity. And if we're going to rise up against these globalists, we're going to need to do so with nonviolence. You need to get out there and you need to protest with nonviolence. We're going to show these globalists who's boss. We're going to take it to them in Washington, D.C. And when Trump comes back, we're going to bring the deep state to its knees. Joining us now, we have new InfoWars correspondent, Richie from Boston. Richie, are you out there?
Hey, Alex. Thank you for having me on your show. I am sitting here vaping in my truck, trying to figure out what to do about these globalists. As you know, not only are they trying to enslave the world, they're actually trying to get Chinese drones to implant little nano robots inside of your anus. Now, this makes some people uncomfortable, but what we have to do is get right with God. The only way to combat Chinese nanobots going into your anus is, of course, to read your Bible and get right with God. Until then, you want to be tucked underneath your bed. You don't want to tuck yourself into your bed. You want to be tucked underneath your bed. This is to avoid the Chinese drones. Also, there have been reports of Russian invisible drones having sexual relations with the Chinese drones, and thus they are creating a new form of hybrid Chinese-Russian invisible drone. It's very high-tech, and so the only way you're going to avoid this nanotechnology flying inside of your asshole is to get right with God as quickly as possible. So, Alex, I'm telling you and I'm telling everybody right now, if you don't tuck yourself in underneath your bed, those Russian, Chinese, invisible drones are going to be coming for you.
Richie, I'm sorry to interrupt, but we have some breaking news coming in from one of our new correspondents, Brian from High Impact Flicks. Brian, are you there?
Hi, guys. Brian here. Did you know Joe Biden said something really funny today? But before we get to that, I want to tell you about this awesome product. You need to...
All right, check it out. So Brian used to have this long hair, and he always used to push this powder. So he stopped. I don't know if he still pushes this, but I haven't seen him like promoting this, but he used to do it in like every video, and he used to have long hair. And when at the beginning of his videos, there was like this guitar. So it was more like, hey, I'm Brian. Yeah, you should take this powder, which is totally good for your ligaments, and it's going to help you be healthy, right? So it's funny to see like the older version of Brian here, who used to hawk his fucking lab-made BioTrust powder.
Get the 5 types of collagen and the 10 types of fruits and vegetables into your system. And the only way you're going to do that is with my bag of lab-made powder. My bag of lab-made powder will make you look buff and sexy like me without having to work out 6 days a week. So order in the description down below and you can get 10% off. So now let's check out the latest news from President Creepy Joe.
The price of gasoline in January went up 75 cents.
Now, guys, I don't need to tell you, but this is theft. This is downright burglary. The only thing you can do to combat the Zions taking over is to buy my bag of lab-made powder, which of course is going to double your gas mileage. So not only will you get the 10 types of fruits and vegetables, the 5 types of collagen, you're actually going to double the amount of miles you can travel with your gas. So make sure to buy from my link down below.
Thanks, Brian. We appreciate your info. That does it for this edition of InfoWars 2.0. Join us again next time as we rise up and defeat these globalists and stop the New World Order.
There you go. Little retro vibe for you. Like I said tonight, for a subscriber appreciation night, we're going to take a look back at some old stories. So earlier I showed you when Elon Musk launched Starman in space, and everybody just totally went along with that and accepted that like that actually happened. And you look now, and Elon Musk's like, headline news. He's got this new stock, right? And then you look at InfoWars. Nowadays, InfoWars is gone, but Alex Jones is still making videos and crashing out, as they call it now. So that was back before they made all these videos about Alex Jones crashing out, right? So you look at the stuff we used to talk about years ago. It's like they just regurgitate new stories with the same characters, right? They just take some old story, put a new coat of paint on it, polish it up, and reserve it. Suzette says, "Thank you, Jake. I hadn't seen that video before." And that's the cool thing about showing old videos. Sometimes, people missed those videos back when I uploaded it, or they weren't subscribed to me back then when I uploaded it. So for whatever reason, I'm glad you just now saw it and enjoyed it, which makes me playing it all the worth the while. Aaron David Spiegel says, "You were stoned making this video." I'm kind of stoned making every video. Not a lot of times when I'm not stoned. In fact, I get stoned so much that I basically smoke to get regular. So basically, I'm regularly stoned. So yeah, man. Good job pointing that out. All right. New Tartarian says, "The parody just makes it so obvious how dumb Brian's powder pushing really is. I think the powder made his hair fall out." Brian, he used to have like all that hair, and now totally doesn't. Speaking of, let me show you. I actually checked Brian's channel out recently to see what he was up to, because I was like, having trouble figuring out what I wanted to talk about because the news cycle's so damn boring right now. So sometimes when things, are boring, I'll go see what other channels are doing. I'll go check on the shill channels and see what they're reporting on. And perhaps, they're not reporting the full story and I can bust them or whatever. So I'll go over and take a look, at the shills and see what they're doing from time to time. Go take a look at Brian over at High Impact Vlogs, right? 358,000 subscribers. And look, see, Brian's got one of the same issues a lot of channels got, right? Not not doing too well. The video's not getting a bunch of views. So I looked at what he was talking about. Dirty cops play twisted games. White House shit show. New security video shows Carmelo Anthony being overpowered. Another video about Carmelo Anthony. So I was like, okay, if their shill, who has 358,000 subscribers, if he's having trouble getting views right now, and he's talking about Carmelo Anthony, and hardly anyone's clicking, and he's one of the shills, I'm like, man, I definitely don't want to talk about that. Not only does it sound boring, but even the shills aren't getting clicks on that story, right? So I was looking around while I was trying to prep, for tonight's stream and stuff to talk about. And over the last few days, and I looked around, I'm like, man, other channels, even the shill channels, are having trouble figuring out what to talk about right now. So like I said, the news cycle right now is boring. See? Got Brian unsure what to even talk about. But yeah, you can see he's got a lot less hair now. So I guess that lab-made powder didn't work so well. Hey guys, so I used to promote some products that I've come to realize are not actually designed to promote optimum health. So that's why you don't see me promoting that bio powder any longer. But one thing I can tell you is that everything you see going on right now on the mainstream news is a distraction from the Epstein files. And if you look at the recent discovery from the recent Epstein file uploads, you'll find Trump has got a nipple fetish. That's right. Trump has a secret nipple fetish, and it's being hidden on the Epstein files. I can't wait to learn more about Trump's secret nipple fetish. All right. I got a couple super chats that came in a while ago. Let me go ahead and read these super chats. Got one from LaFleur Network. Davey D, Shady Davey D says, Q and Fee and Jaron hating on your 10-year celebration. You guys, Jake the Awake didn't go to Antarctica because he's not a real truther. You guys, Jake the Awake tells people that the moon landing's fake. You guys, you're not a real truther if you're listening to Jake, because he didn't go to Antarctica. I'm the only one who had balls enough to go to Antarctica. You guys, Jake, he's just out for clicks, man. He's out for clout. That's why he didn't go to Antarctica. That's why he thinks that the moon landing is fake. Yeah, that is why I make video about him and say that he want to have sex with his dog. Yeah. It is because I am very jealous of him. So that is why I make video telling everyone that they like to have sex with animals, piece of shit. There you go. That's for Davey D. He wants me to do impressions of the people who hate me, hating on me. So I have to do an impression of people who don't like me, hating on me, which feels weird. Doxological Thinker says, can you do Ask Mongold reacting to Penguin Zero, reacting to someone complaining in their car? Well, in order to set that up, I can do Ask Mongold reacting to Penguin Zero, but finding a Penguin Zero video where he's reacting to someone complaining in their car, I don't know about all that. You might be like getting too specific there, but I can pull off the first part of what you're talking about. All right. Well, this is a good one. So we'll do Asmongold reacting to Penguin Zero finally catching up on the Lego scandal, which is something I chose not to cover because I don't give a fuck. I'll talk more about that. And away we go.
I am finally all caught up with the latest in the Lego scandal. So, naturally, want to yap about it. I want to bring you aboard the Magic School Bus here as we take a tour through the newest and the most comprehensive dive into this situation, which is found through CoffeeZilla's video. I highly recommend you watch his full video here because he really gets into the weeds of it and shows everything. He bears it all. Let's the entire Lego scandal hang hog in its birthday suit.
Bro, I'm actually low-key excited to hear this because, like, this is like one of the biggest stories. So I've been looking forward to see what Penguin has to say about this. Like, seriously, bro.
And I think it is an incredible job he's done. Per usual, CoffeeZilla investigations, I think, are always just so high quality and just so well done. I want to be covering like a lot of the new information as well as also.
Yeah, I agree. CoffeeZilla. That's seriously some high quality shit right there.
So going over how we got here in the first place, because now, after so much has happened, a lot of people have forgotten what the actual facts are. People are, I think, getting confused or just really fallen into the back rooms here when it comes to like this whole story. So
there is. Yeah, he low key, you guys, he's not lying. There is a lot of confusion going on with this story. Like, there's stuff that people like need to know that's happening, and I'm hoping that he's going to clear it up because, like, you guys, what's happening on the surface level, you're not going to believe your fucking mind when he tells you what's really going on.
Regurgitating phony baloney nonsense or even just outright myths, or ghost stories. Reckless Ben's not even real. He's been dead for 15 years type shit. And I think CoffeeZilla does a good job.
Reckless Ben, you guys, like, I'm glad that somebody's finally making a video like this because this is what needs to be said. This is like one of the biggest stories of the year right here. You guys, listen up. This is fucking important.
Of keeping everything extremely clean, and all of it is real information, evidence, facts. Just the straight up pudding of it.
A $200,000 Lego collection went missing, causing a lot of you to ask me to find it. And after seeing the cops point guns at YouTubers, people get arrested and sued for $1.3 million, I decided enough was enough.
Most people said the same thing after seeing how everything unfolded here with the behavior exhibited by the
Seriously, bro, this fucking Lego scandal is literally insane. This is one of the best videos I've watched in a long time, actually. Low key, bro. This is seriously one of the best videos I've seen. I'm giving this a thumbs up. There you go. All right. So we can use that to segue into my thoughts on the story. So check it out. I didn't make a video about that. I didn't cover it. But here's my thoughts about the whole Lego scandal. I don't give a flying fuck about Reckless Ben. Just don't give a shit. I don't give a fuck about Legos. I don't give a fuck about Star Wars. I don't give a fuck about Star Wars themed Legos. I didn't even know what bricks and minifigs was until this story somehow became trendy and popular. And I really still don't quite know what it all is and means. And you know what? I don't give a fuck. I don't want to know. So basically, don't care about Reckless Ben. Don't care about the Legos. Don't care about the fucking minifigs. So That's one of the reasons why I didn't make a video about it. But if I was going to make a video about it, that's what I'd fucking say. And I'm sure there'd be a bunch of people who would hate on me and dislike it and unsubscribe, and the video would tank. So I didn't fucking make that video. But that's how I feel, man. That's how I feel. Meanwhile, other channels are like getting millions of views, like, oh my God, Legos, bricks and minifigs. This is a fucking scandal and a half right here. And I'm over here like, don't fucking care. And I'm not going to pretend to care for clicks. So I didn't. So there you go. That's how you know I'm real. I didn't pretend to care about fucking Legos or Reckless Ben or some goddamn minifigs. I don't give a flying fuck. They can all burn in hell. Reckless Ben, the minifigs, the Legos, every last one of them can get ran over by the killdozer and burn in hell as far as I'm concerned. That's how less of a fuck I give. I just want to make that clear. That when you see these other lame-ass loser channels like, oh my God, Legos, minifigs, I'm over here like, fuck you. I'll just sit for a week and not talk about shit if this is what y'all are talking about. Meanwhile, I wonder what Penguin Zero got, right? So I'm not covering that stupid story. Meanwhile, Penguin Zero, who finally got caught up with the Lego scandal, oh, he's got 1 million views in 7 hours. Oh, fuck. 1 million views in 7 hours. 51,000 thumbs up. Just because he got caught up on some fucking Lego scandal? Fuck. That's how you know I'm in the wrong business. That's how you know I'm such a righteous guy that I won't even pretend to care about a fucking Lego scandal in order to make money. Meanwhile, the guys who do pretend to care, they actually might be big enough losers that they actually do care and they don't even need to pretend. Look at this. I guess this is what the world wants. This is the world we fucking live in. 1 million views in 7 hours. Lego scandal. I finally caught up on the Lego scandal. This is a really big deal because Reckless Ben, there's a lot of rumors going on about Reckless Ben. So that's why I did a detailed investigation and I finally got caught up on what's going on with this story about the Lego scandal. When we're talking about $200,000 worth of Legos, this is really a big fucking deal. It's almost as big of a deal as when P. Diddy used to put big black dildos inside of people's assholes at his baby oil parties. But that's for another video. I'm a cheap dime store Keanu Reeves knockoff, except right now I might be more famous than Keanu Reeves. Right now, low-key, I think more people know who I am than Keanu Reeves. It's a sad state of affairs when I'm more famous than Keanu Reeves. All right. There you go. Suzette, check it out. It's like this story about some Lego scandal and some YouTuber getting arrested. And I was like, nah. All the ingredients, they annoy me and I have no interest. Like Legos, nope. Reckless Ben, nope. Brick and minifigs, nope. Those are 3 things I don't give a shit about. So why am I going to have to learn about that so that I can tell you that it's some fake psyop shit and it's a waste of time and energy? That's what it is. It's a psyop and it's a waste of energy. And I don't want to put my time and energy into learning about it because all of the things associated with it are fucking lame and I don't care. So yeah, right now, guys, you got boring ass war with Iran. All right. Most people don't want to hear about that, right? The cost of gas, right? That horse has been beat into the ground, right? You got a Carmelo Anthony case, and they're trying to get like the ICE protest thing going again. Just all boring garbage right now. So there's no mega main headline that's juicy right now. We're in one of those boring news phases. I know we're in a boring news phase when I scrape the bottom of the barrel and I still can't find jack shit to talk about that's interesting currently. Meanwhile, like, you know, every few months they'll serve me up a story that's like tailor-made for me. Like when the Artemis launch happened, it boosted the live stream numbers, and I made a video about it, and that did well. When the Robert Harward Musk story was popular, that boosted numbers and did well, right? So every once, or Jim Carrey looking like he's been replaced. So every once in a while, it seems like the Matrix serves me a softball that's like, oh, that's right up my alley. And then the video does well, the live stream does well, we get a fat crowd and new people. And then there's these times where like the scripted news cycle is boring. And then I'm like looking around and like, well, what the hell is everyone talking about right now? And all the stories I see are lame and I have no interest. And then I'm like, shit, now I got to do a live stream and everything's lame and boring right now. And I have to be the most exciting motherfucker on the whole internet right now in order to entertain people. Oh, shit. It's going to be a long night. All right, here we go. I'm going to click the go live button, even though I don't really have anything awesome to talk about tonight. So we'll do a retro stream. Yeah, that's it. Yeah. Data centers. It's like they want me to be afraid. So I'm just not gonna. Like they want me to spread fear prong about data centers and how much energy they consume, how much water they consume, and what all this evil, nefarious stuff that they do and are going to do. I've said this before. Data centers are right up there with CERN. Like, what is CERN really doing? If I ask you guys what CERN is doing, I'm going to get 20, 30 different responses of what you guys think CERN is doing. And then there's what I think CERN maybe could be doing. And then there's what the mainstream narrative, what they say CERN is doing. So do I trust the mainstream narrative about what CERN is doing? Hell no. But do any of you guys know for sure? Probably not. So none of us, if we're being honest, really know what CERN is doing now or ever did. None of us really, if we're honest, actually know what that damn thing did. So we have to also be honest and say maybe CERN never did anything. Maybe it was all just like a operation for money to be dumped into it, and they just have this thing that they tell people it does this thing, but it's really just a useless thing, right? So it might be like this black ops money pit where it doesn't do anything, for all we know, right? So it might alter the universe and cause Mandela effects, or it might do nothing at all, or anything and everything in between. So data centers, almost like CERN, very similar like CERN. There's the mainstream narrative, which is bad, and I don't believe the mainstream. And then there's what's really going on, which could be extra, extra bad, but I have no way of knowing because I've never toured and inspected these data centers. So here I am, just some dude left in the dark on what's really going on. So rather than jump to conclusions about these data centers, I'm just going to sit back, because maybe in 5-10 years they stop talking about these, just like they're stopped talking about CERN, right? They don't really talk about CERN hardly at all anymore, right? I think I heard a rumor they're going to shut down CERN and CERN's not going to be a thing anymore. So in 5-10 years, data centers might be a thing of the past and nobody might ever talk about them ever again. So for that reason, I'm holding off my conspiratorial speculation of data centers, because all the shit I'm hearing is negative. So I don't want to partake in the spreading of negative disinfo about data centers. I'm a real truther. All right. That said, let me go ahead and pull up a video real quick while I take a quick restroom break. All right. Here's a classic song from way back in the day in honor of a subscriber appreciation night. This one's called We Don't Have Time, back in the flat earth asshole days.
don't have time, we 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 don't have time for meeting of the flat earth society.
They're lying straight to your face. If you see earth is flat and there is no space, they lie. Control your mind if you can't wake up and it's like till you die. This proof that the earth is flat, and once you go flat, you will never go back. It's true. And we should hang him for a crime. President Obama said we don't got time.
We don't have time, 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 we don't have time for meeting of the flat earth society. We don't have time, 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 we don't have time for meeting of the flat earth society.
Nobody has seen the earth doesn't fall. They painted it flat and they tricked you all. No man ever walked on the moon and nobody will. Gonna try to soon. Take a look at the cold hard facts. Look at the horizon, it's always flat. Sea level. They don't say sea curve while they're clinging to a wall. You got some nerve.
We don't have time, 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 we don't have time for meeting of the flat earth society. We don't have time, 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 we don't have time for meeting of the flat earth society.
Time to wake up. Time to open up your mind. Time to wake up. Time to open up your mind. Time to wake up. Time to open up your mind. Time to wake up. Time to open up your mind.
We don't have time, 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 we don't have time for meeting of the flat earth society. We don't have time, 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 we don't have time for meeting of the flat earth society.
Time to wake up. Time to open up your mind. Time to wake up. Time to open up your mind. Time to wake up. Time to open up your mind. Time to wake up. Time to open up your mind. Oh, now my life has changed ever since that day. Oh, now I'm never gonna be the same. Oh, now my life has changed ever since that day. Oh, now I'm never gonna be the same.
We don't have time, 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 we don't have time for meeting of of the Flat Earth Society. We don't have time, 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 we don't have time for a meeting of the Flat Earth Society.
All right. There you go. A little classic tunage for you. Now, there's always some people who weren't here a long time ago when I uploaded that. So every now and again, when I go back and play that old song, there's some people who are like, bro, I've never seen this, right? So I know there's some people that just watched it for the first time. So hopefully you enjoyed it. All right. And tonight, like I said, I wanted to go back and create some old school flat earth asshole vibes. Do some retro live stream action tonight. Being that the current news cycle sucks, right? And the current day and age sucks. It's like shit's getting perpetually more shitty. So it's becoming more desirable to go back to the past in order to entertain yourself properly. You got to go find something from the past to watch and entertain yourself, because everything going on right now and in the current day and age is just perpetually getting worse and less entertaining. LaFleur says, fruitiest flat earther Tyler says Obama is Pee Wee Herman. Does he actually say that? See, I don't know if you're like just joking around or if he actually says that, because he does say ridiculous shit. So it wouldn't shock me if that's what he actually says. Was that like one of his latest videos? All right, since you guys are such an awesome audience and it's subscriber appreciation night, I could, right here, for the first time ever, debut my latest Fittest Flat Earther parody video that's for members only. I'm thinking maybe since you guys are such an awesome audience, since you showed up here for the subscriber appreciation live stream, that you guys deserve to see the members only exclusive content, even if you by chance aren't a member. So, all right, I'm thinking everyone here who's watching now will hook you up. We'll do the world premiere of my latest Fittest Flat Earther parody, which might be the best one yet. All right.
Just when I thought these sneaky shapeshifters couldn't get any sneakier, that's when I came across this. Now, you might be wondering, yeah, that's Stephen Hawking. But not so fast. What if I told you this sneaky shapeshifter has been hiding a secret this whole time? Now, allow me to do a little translation. What he's really saying is, I am Bill. As in Bill Gates. And you can clearly see the symmetry in a side-by-side comparison. See this? But yeah, you can go ahead and say that they're not the same. You know, it just honestly blows me away that these deceivers, they think they're so clever. And that's because they are the fallen angels who came to Earth and mated with the Nephilim bloodline. So they think that because they created an advanced species of humanoid, that they can get away with shapeshifting and that nobody's going to notice. But I've been noticing, and it's really been upsetting them, since I've been noticing all their sneaky shape-shifting going on. And that's because I've been blessed by the Heavenly Father to see through these shapeshifters' deceptions.
All right. Yeah, awfully sneaky.
So this shapeshifter, he thought he could get away with it, but you got to wake up pretty early in the morning if you want to fool me. And that's because the Heavenly Father, he's blessed me with the ability to see through these deceivers' deceptions. And that's why I'm here to show you guys all of these deceivers, because I don't want you guys to be deceived by these fallen angels. These fallen angels, they came to earth and they mated with the Nephilim, and so that's why they have the ability to shapeshift.
There you go. Little fittest flat earther for you there. All right. And I did see quite a bit of people laughing emojis and LOLs the whole time. So guess that makes your approval. All right. Now, if you want to go back and watch that at your leisure, you got to become a member, right? And you never know when I'm going to upload more Fittest Flat Earther parodies. To my knowledge, I don't know anyone else making Fittest Flat Earther parodies. So I think I'm the only one. So it's quite exclusive, this level of comedy. And judging by the amount of laughing emojis, it looks like I hit the mark. Yes. All right. All right, got a super chat that I'm a bit confused by from Camille. Said, please perform If Gottis Was Black, winky face. See, every once in a while I get a request and I think it's like something I did months ago and I can't remember what exactly it was. So sometimes in the moment I'll do something funny and then somebody a month later, 2 months later, 6 months later, a year later will ask me to do that same thing that I did to make them laugh. And I'll have forgotten what it is that they're talking about. This is one of those cases. So I'm wondering, because I know, if people want me to do a Gottis impression, I know how to do that. But if Gottis was black, did I do this previously and you want me to do something I've done in the past? Or is this like some new impression? That's where I'm confused. So Camellia, if you're here watching, can you clarify if this is something I've done before or is this some new request? And of course, Goatis is a content creator who is on the run from the law, but he still uploads here to YouTube. And he's been on the run from the law for a few years now. And he is in some Asian country, and he doesn't go outside, doesn't reveal his location, and doesn't live stream, but he just uploads videos now. And he makes like the same video basically over and over, promoting primal raw meat eating. Yeah, I'm not sure exactly what Camille wants me to do. So I'm going to have to try and improvise, so to speak. If I was black, then of course I would not care about my children and I would not want to get a job. But beings that I am white, there is at least one child whom I do care about, and that of course is my daughter. I don't so much care about my son, which is why I tried to hire a hitman to kill my own infant son. But of course, he failed at doing so. So that is why I'm currently hiding out right now in an Asian country, which shall remain undisclosed, so to speak. However, if I was to be black, I would one thing that I would enjoy very much so is that black men, of course, are said to have bigger genitalia than the other races. So beings that I have incredibly much small genitalia, if I was black, I would incredibly much enjoy the fact that I would have large genitalia in order to attract the females. And then, of course, I would be able to impregnate females. And since, of course, the part of the black culture is to abandon your children and not be a father, so to speak, that would be in line with what I would be doing anyway. Except, of course, for the fact that I want to marry my own daughter. And I'm hoping that the Illuminati will let me be in their big club if they see that I'm going along with their evil plan, so to speak. But yeah, guys, if you could please send some donations, that would really help, guys. There you go. There's a little GOATUS for you. I haven't done a GOATUS impression in a while. Suzette Ann with a donation says, I'm going to post a link to a video of a robot hitting a little boy. Please play it. Oh, yeah, I was going to show that. And then I got worried whether it was like going to upset YouTube if I show the robot hitting the kid. But I think those videos are fake. So I know what you're talking about. And there's more than one. So we'll test it out right now. And we'll take a look at those videos of the robot kicking and punching the kid. There's more than one. So I was going to show you guys, and then I started to worry whether or not, like, you know, they're going to censor the stream by me showing a robot hitting a kid, but we should be all right. So yeah, this video, I guess, is going semi-viral of a robot kicking a kid. You guys may have seen it. So we'll check it out now. And, you know, a part of me thinks it's fake, whether it's AI or whether it's staged. I lean more towards it being fake rather than real. You guys tell me what you think. So yeah, a part of me wonders if it's AI or whether it's just like a real robot, but like the kid knows that it's going to kick him and they have the kid stand there and purposely get kicked. So one way or the other, I lean more towards it being staged than the reaction. And then I noticed that there's another video that's very similar, almost identical, except it's a slap instead of a kick.
A robot dance demonstration meant to wow a crowd quickly turned into a frightening moment for one young boy. The incident unfolded on March 21st in China's Shanxi province during a live public showcase of what appears to be a G1 humanoid designed by Chinese tech firm.
So again, I'm like, okay, is this AI videos here? So this one's very similar. A little boy just happens to be standing there, and the spinning robot slaps the little boy, right?
Showcase of what appears to be a G1 humanoid designed by Chinese tech firm Unitree Robotics. It weighs around 77 pounds and is equipped with advanced sensors that allow it to move and react like a.
So you got a hit and a kick both times by, the robot, and the little boy just happens to be standing there. And then they have the perfect camera angle and news coverage. So I'm suspicious, of course. I can't say for sure it's AI, but I lean towards it being fake one way or the other. And then there was like one more where like a robot almost hit a kid. So we have humanoid robot almost kicks child, and it's a little boy. And then you have one where the robot kicks the little boy, or a little boy, and then one where a robot slaps a little boy. So there's like a theme. So I looked into this, and I thought about making a video about it because you brought it to my attention. My issue was I was afraid that it would get like demonetized because it's like a child getting hit, even though if it might be fake and it's a robot, or it might all be staged and whatever by them specifically to dupe us. It's like, I wondered if I made a video about it or showed it during this stream, even if that's enough for them to be like, oh, it's a kid getting hit. So bury this video and demonetize, so that was the thing I wondered. So we'll see what happens. And since tonight, there's not that big of a crowd tonight because I titled this subscriber appreciation night, and I didn't use a clickbait title or clickbait thumbnail. Since we have a small crowd, we'll see if anything happens with me showing the robot slapping the kid. So there you go. I lean towards it being staged one way or another, or even completely faked by AI. But I'm not an expert, so I can't say for sure that it's AI. Doxological Thinker says, the ice wall hat was a nice touch. You should make a parody of him bragging about his subscriber group. I'm sure it pisses him off that I make members only content specifically about him. Like I have a series of videos and I do like a spot on impression making fun of him, which instantly lets people know that he's full of shit, right? I'm sure that pisses him off. So much so that he wants to end my life. Lemming in a shiny metal box with a donation says, enjoying this stream while staring at a 650 nm. I'm not sure if that's supposed to be millimeters or nanometers or what. Staring at a 650 nm diffracted red laser to reveal invisible geometric glyphs. Cool, bro. I have no idea if it's supposed to be MM or whether you properly labeled it as NM. I'm not sure if that's a typo, NM or not, or whether it's supposed to be MM for millimeter. I have no idea. I don't really know shit about diffracted lasers. So, sounds cool though. Sounds like you got a fun toy to play with. I have enjoyed the ride, Jake. All right. Well, they say if you smoke this certain psychedelic compound, this certain compound out there they call the spirit molecule, they say if you smoke that and then you look into a laser that you'll see coding and you'll be able to like see the matrix physically, like the numbers, and you'll see like a alien language that you'll recognize as an alien language, but you won't be able to understand what it means. Yeah, that's what they say. I haven't ever actually tried that, but I've seen videos of people trying it. Now, I have smoked the psychedelic compound and seen some crazy shit, but I haven't actually smoked the spirit molecule and then stared into the laser. But apparently people who do claim that they see codes. Maybe one day before I die, I'll smoke that spirit molecule again and stare directly into a laser and see if I can see the matrix code. The problem is, once the spirit molecule wears off and I try and explain what I saw, I just sound like a babbling crazy person. But I already sound like a babbling crazy person as it is. Maybe because I'm a babbling crazy person. So I guess it really won't matter one way or the other. Cactus Jack says, what do you think the world stage script will entail for the rest of 2026 and 2027? And when is the next Jake meetup event? As far as the next big psyop, I don't know. I'm waiting. It seems like a calm before the storm. So it seemed like they were getting ready to do a possible another pandemic of sorts. They were like whipping out hantavirus and stuff, but then they backed off on that and it didn't seem to really pick up any steam. And now you don't hear shit about that at all. And so right now the news cycle is slow. Not a whole lot going on right now. So I'm just kind of sitting back and waiting, right? And so perhaps the rest of 2026 is uneventful. And then maybe in 2027 is when the big shit goes down. See, I'm not involved in the script writing and they don't tell me shit. So I'm left in the dark, scratching my ass, waiting. And, you know, when they finally whip out their big psyops, you know, I'll be the first to report on it. So you bet your ass, if they do try anything, I'll be here to report on it. But lately, they haven't really done much. And so here we are doing this live stream, and I don't have anything exciting to report on as far as recent world stage shenanigans. So perhaps we have a boring summer in store where nothing really goes down, and then maybe come fall when the weather cools off and people start going indoors and watching more TV. Maybe they'll do something then. And then I've been hearing about 2027 being a year where something big goes down. So who knows? I don't know. I'm just a dude who reacts to shit that happens and gives you my opinion. But as far as what they're going to do, as far as big world stage psyops, I've talked about how they could possibly do a fake alien invasion. But who in their right minds is going to believe that? I know there's some people out there who will. But what's that even going to look like? Like, what would a fake alien invasion even look like in 2026? Like, if they were going to roll that out tomorrow, like, how would they even go about doing that? And if they were going to do another plandemic, like, will it trick as many people as the last time? Will it be as effective as the last one was? Seems like at some point they're going to pull another plandemic on us. And there's been more talk about lockdown and quarantine, and they've been mixing that into their news stories. Those words, lockdown and quarantine, more and more often. Shelter in place. So I notice even in stories like with the space station, like, oh, the space station needed to be evacuated, and a shelter in place order was anyway. So I have no idea what they're gonna do, bro. And when's the next Jake meetup? I don't know. I haven't planned one. Jake meetups, you know, they attract all sorts of interesting people, some really cool people who I enjoy meeting, and then some interesting people who have me scratching my head if they're law enforcement or shills or just downright crazy. So yeah, I haven't done one in a while, but perhaps I should plan one. Thank you, Cactus Jack, for the super chat, buddy. So unlike Garo from Jurassic Liars, I don't make predictions that on a certain date there's going to be some big attack. I don't make certain predictions like that. So instead, I made a prediction that Seattle wasn't going to get attacked and that 6/11 was going to be a big nothing burger. And I got it right. Had a few people come over and congratulate me for getting it right when I correctly predicted on 6/11 there was going to be a big nothing burger in Seattle. And then I went and checked over on Jurassic Liars channel afterwards to see if he apologized for being wrong. And he didn't. He made a bunch of excuses and went on to say that August 4th, Trump's going to get his head wound, most likely. And if he gets that wrong, then he's going to stop making predictions. But I doubt that. I have a feeling he's going to make the same predictions again next year and the year after and every year until he dies. All right. Charismatic Fiend said they want to replace us with bots. Yeah, there's always going to be stuff that robots can't do, though. They're always going to need some humans, some slaves to keep the wheels turning. Shaquille Oatmeal says, I still wear a mask in my car by myself. Hey, you know, there still are people who wear a mask ever since 2020. So it has permanently affected certain individuals out there who still, when they go to the grocery store, have on a mask, right? And you walk by and get within their little bubble and they'll cinch the little tiny space shut, like that little gap between their nose and the mask. They're afraid when you walk by, since you're unmasked, that you might spew sickness that might travel through the air and sneak in between that gap between their mask and their nose. I remember seeing the normies wearing their masks. When I'd walk by without a mask, they'd quickly cinch their mask shut at the tippity top so that none of the boogeyman disease would sneak through that tiny gap. Make them sick. Cactus Jack said, what is the best way to take over the world? I don't know. Ask the people who are in charge right now. They'd have a better answer than me. I've never attempted to take over the world, so I'm not the best guy to talk to. But there are people right now currently running this place. And it's a bit confusing sometimes to figure out exactly who or what is really in control. Like, is it a group of people? Or is there actually one entity at the tip top? And if there is that entity even human? What if at the tip top, it's like the matrix system, this realm itself is running things. And this realm itself gives orders to a select group of humans who have power over us all. You know, I often wonder exactly who's at the tippitiest of the tip top. And there's people who will be like, well, of course, it's the dirty Jays, right? And then you got to argue over which Jays it is. It's the Jews. It's the Jesuits, right? Then you have to have the argument over which J group it is. Meanwhile, it might not be either, and that might be bait to get you to blame those groups so that you never figure out who's really at the tippity tip top. So I often wonder, like, who's actually like at the tippitiest of the actual tip top? Is it even human? Is it computer? Is it the devil himself? Is it a lizard person, computer entity, devil? Is it a hybrid lizard computer devil entity of some kind who's at the tippitiest of the tip top, and it tells all the evil humans what to do and uses them as slaves? I really don't know. And being I'm down here at the bottom with you guys, a debt wage slave trying to figure it out, there's no way to really know, right? It's almost like you got to join their evil club and swear allegiance to their evil club and spend your whole life busting your ass off to dupe and deceive people on behalf of their evil club. And then maybe if you're lucky, they'll let you fake your death here, and then maybe they'll tell you. I don't know how that works. I don't know if you like are in their evil club and you spend your whole life deceiving the public and being a evil actor on the world stage, and you humiliate yourself and do everything that they ask of you. If they let you fake your death and then go live out your life in paradise, where you're waited on hand and foot in a paradise that we'll never get to lay eyes on or step foot on, and then it's revealed exactly who's in charge and everything that's going on here, and then they get to finish out their remaining years knowing who's for sure in charge and what this all was. That must be a great feeling, to know what this really is all about and who really is in charge. But being I'm not in their big evil club, and I haven't actively taken place in all of their humiliation rituals, and I haven't actively spread a bunch of disinformation and duped the public on their behalf, they haven't told me shit. I don't think they're gonna either. So I'm left speculating like the rest of you. So your speculation, who knows? It might be as good as mine. So that's about all we can do is speculate what they might do. Hey, I wonder if they're going to do a fake alien invasion on us this year. Maybe they'll do it next year. I wonder if they're going to do another pandemic on our ass. I wonder if they're going to have the aliens bring a new disease. We can get the aliens and the pandemic at the same time. I wonder if that's going to happen in 2030. See, we have no idea. No way of knowing. See, I might have just given the script writers a new idea. The aliens bring the next disease, which we don't have a cure for. And then they can save it. They can save us from the uncurable alien disease, right? The aliens can bring us the new space vax, right? So there's a new disease. Aliens showed up. Full disclosure happens. Aliens are here, and they're carrying new diseases from outer space. So now there's this new cross-contamination space illness, an interstellar illness, if you will. And the aliens save us from our untimely demise by bringing us the vaccine that's been developed in a planet far away. I think the sheep would believe that. As long as you get half of them to buy into it, that's all you need. Suzette Ann says, please cover the UFC idiocracy spectacle at the White House for the Orange Jab Daddy's birthday. you could make a standalone video about it, maybe for members only. So I did take a peek into that, and I just looked at some highlights. So I saw that some of the fights were really bloody and nasty. And so Being's UFC is copyrighted and showing blood, like they have AI that'll instantly demonetize those type of videos and stuff. It could be tricky. So perhaps I could do something for the members only. But yeah, I looked into it a bit, and apparently they had some bloody, nasty fights on the White House lawn. And I heard from some people who went to the event. They said it was weird. So I don't personally know the people, but I tried to find some like fans accounts of that event. And some of the people that did go to the event said it was weird, that it was like the strangest fights that they've ever been to. So yeah, as far as like covering the fight outcomes, I don't know how many people are going to care, but from what I hear, some of the fights were really close, and that the fans who did show up actually enjoyed them. So I've heard mixed things. I heard it was weird, and that people don't want to see fights at the White House anymore. And I've also heard that the fights they did have were good. So it's been a mixed bag as far as what I've heard. So I don't know, being I wasn't there, and I didn't watch the fights live, and I didn't pirate the event and watch the fights. And all I've seen was like a few highlights. I don't know how good my video would be, but I'll take another look into it and see if there's anything worth covering. And Lintaway Duct Cleaning says, can we please get Elon Musk Trump impression? Elon Musk and Trump impression. So I got to tell you, with all this exciting news about Elon, it reminds me of all the good times that we have. You remember when Elon, he showed up in his Cybertruck, and I got in, and me and Elon were hanging out in the Cybertruck. Those were wonderful times. I got to tell you, the Cybertruck, mine still runs fantastic. I heard these rumors, all these negative things about the Cybertruck, but that's coming from the left. It's clear that these liberals, these Democrats, they want to destroy the image of Elon Musk. But I can't tell you, he hasn't been anything other than a great friend. And I recommend that everybody go out and get a Cybertruck of your own. They really are wonderful vehicles. I cannot say enough good things about Elon and his Cybertruck. Well, I was glad that when we developed these vehicles, that we were doing something that was going to be life-changing for humanity. And it's important that when people buy one of our vehicles, that they realize that they're doing something good for planet Earth. And if we don't make the necessary changes, then planet Earth, it won't be inhabitable anymore. So that's why I created these vehicles, was so that we could create positive change. And of course, we're still working on making it more affordable, but with help from Donald Trump, I really think that everybody before the end of the decade could be driving one of my vehicles. And that's exciting news. Everybody deserves a Cybertruck of their own. And that's why before I leave office, I'm going to sign a bill into order that will make every household able to get a voucher for $1,500 off one of these new Tesla vehicles. All right, so you get your voucher. We're going to send you out there. There's no excuses anymore. We're going to send you a voucher. You're going to get $1,500 off. If you can't afford it, then you need to go to work. You need to work a little harder. That's what I always say. We're making America great, one step at a time. And Elon Musk here at my side as my BFF. We're going to be changing the world. We're going to be doing it with electronic vehicles. All right. There you go. And I'm proud to be an American, where at least I know I'm free. And I can't wait to get my Cybertruck. It will give me Jubilee. It'll give me Jubilee. What? I don't know about all that. Lint Away Duct Cleaning says, Elon Trump is my favorite world stage friendship. Remember when they were like seriously like BFFs, where like every day was Trump and Elon news and they were like buddy buddy? It was like, I don't know, a few months straight they were like this. And then I noticed that Trump's approval rating started to plummet. Like the hardcore MAGAs were like, what the fuck? Why is he hanging out with Elon Musk all the time? So I noticed the hardcore MAGAs were not pleased with Trump having his head up Elon Musk's ass. So in order to keep the most loyal MAGAs satisfied, they had to engineer a breakup. So they had to have them like amicably part ways, right? So it's like they broke up, but on good terms to where they're still friends, right? It's like they got divorced, but they're still friends for the kids' sake. But yeah, there was that time period where like Trump was in the car, you know, like giving roadhead to Elon, and you could see like every day a new picture of them hanging out, sucking each other off in a cyber Tesla truck. Yeah. Yeah, the most diehard MAGAs, they weren't too pleased with that. They can swallow a lot. You know, Orange Jab Daddy promoting jabs, they can deal with that. They can look the other way. Right? Orange Jab Daddy promoting the booster and lying and stuff like that. They can look the other way as far as whatever he does and says. But when it came to him like hanging out with Elon Musk on a daily basis, there wasn't much they could do. They couldn't really make an excuse. They couldn't look the other way. It was like right there in their face. And so Trump's approval rating started to hit like all-time lows when he was hanging out with Elon Musk. You had to have those MAGAs do like hardcore mental gymnastics, like, well, he's hanging out with Elon Musk because he's trying to play 6D chess against the friggin' Democrats, because Democrats like Elon Musk, so that's why he's becoming best friends with Elon Musk, is to piss off all those Democrats. They had to like come up with some retarded logic in their own brain why it's okay for Elon Musk to hang out with Trump. All right. All right. I'm getting a little hungry, and it's about time I get off here and walk the dog. And I've been on here spouting now for almost 3 hours. So usually we go around 3 hours. So if you guys enjoyed tonight's stream, can you do me a favor and hook your boy up with a thumbs up? Got Ralph here ready to go on his walk. You want to go out, Ralph? So on behalf of Ralph and Jake the Awake here on Subscriber Appreciation Night, I hope you guys enjoyed the stream. At the beginning of the stream, I played a little slap bass, and I also played one of my old school music videos and some of my old school parody videos. So hopefully you guys enjoyed a bit of a retro vibe tonight. And I saw a lot of my longtime supporters here, Suzette and Holden. And glad you guys could enjoy the stream with me tonight on another Wacky Wild Wake 'em Up Wednesday. By next week, we'll get back to the regular format, breaking down the fake news on the world stage. And hopefully by next week, there's some exciting psyop for me to break down. So yeah, guys, who knows what'll happen? Maybe Saturday night I'll stream again. So thank you guys, everybody who's hung out tonight, and all of the super chats that came in tonight. I really appreciate all the different super chats. Lint away air duct cleaning, and Suzette, Cactus Jack, Big Money Bob with the gifted memberships, Lemming in a Shiny Metal Box, Doxological Thinker, Camellia Sweden, Davey D. LaFleur from the LaFleur Network, Salsa Sippin', Insane in the Brain, Trout Fishing at Hood Park, D. Cran Big D. Oh, shit. And it looks like I missed this super chat from way, way back at the very beginning from Crook by the Book. My bad. If you're still here watching Crook by the Book, I was going back and making sure I didn't miss any super chats, and it looks like I missed this super chat from way back at the beginning of the stream. So if you're still here watching by chance, I apologize, but I'm reading it right now. So hopefully you catch this. And thank you, Crook by the Book, for this super chat that came in early on in the stream. Shit. It breaks my heart whenever I miss a super chat. So hopefully you catch me reading your super chat here now. This was like way back at the beginning when I started the stream. All right. So with that said, I'm going to wrap it up. Let you guys enjoy the rest of your Wednesday night. So thank you guys for hanging out. Hi, Andy. Nice to see you. Good night, Art Hawk. Good night, Rose. Good night, Sunflower. Uncle Remus says, love you, Jake. Enjoy dinner. Good night, Uncle Remus. Truth Hurt says, have a beautiful week, everyone. I agree. Everyone have a beautiful week. Thank you, Truth Hurts. Cat I Am says, stay happy, healthy, humored, and hydrated. Thank you, Cat. And one final super chat before we shut her down. Lolly Bomb says, hey, Jake, it's Nathaniel Arias. Normal account is locked. So using my spare one I use for gaming, but had family emergency. Caught the end. Always good live. Hey, Nathaniel Arias, thank you for the super chat. We were just wrapping things up just now. So I'm glad I was able to read your super chat before I clicked the end button. I was just about to shut off the stream. So last super chat coming in from Lollybomb, who's Nathaniel Arias. Sorry to hear about your family emergency. Hopefully everything's all good now. And hopefully you also enjoyed the live stream. And go back, watch the replay. If you missed any of it, please hit the thumbs up. I beg of you. And I'll catch you guys in the next live stream or the next video. Peace out. Much love. Good night. Bye-bye.